हूं आपका दोस्त और होस्ट सीए मयूर राजपूत और मैं आपका स्वागत करता हूं मेरे आज के इस नए वीडियो में। टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट द फर्स्ट सेट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन which has been released by the government regarding the 20 lakh crore economic package which is also being called the Aatmanirbhar Abhiyan. So I request you all to watch this video till the end so that you don't miss out on any of the important updates of today's deliberation given by the finance minister. So let's start our today's discussion. First of all, we need to understand the vision behind this 20 lakh crore economic package. So the government's vision is self-reliant India, Aatmanirbhar Bharat. Today's address focused on infusing a lot of liquidity into the Indian market, and also today's deliberation was more about the MSMEs. So let us first start about the measures which have been announced for the MSMEs. There are total of 6 measures. I will make you go through one by one. First is collateral-free loans will be given to the MSMEs. The MSMEs which will be eligible for this are which have an investment up to 25 crores or a turnover up to 100 crores. No additional collateral will be required for obtaining this loan. These loans will be given for a tenure of 4 years and there will be a period of moratorium of 12 months for the payment of principal. Another important aspect to note about this loan scheme is that whole of the principal and interest portion will be guaranteed by the government, so it will be fully secured. Second point is regarding the subordinate debt scheme which has been announced for MSMEs whose accounts were NPAs or are under stress. So it is of around 20,000 crore rupees and the loans will be given under this scheme. So the MSMEs whose accounts are NPAs and are stressed will benefit under this scheme. Also regarding the security part, these loans will be secured by the CGT MSA scheme and the central government will contribute 4% of contribution of CGT MSA scheme. The third measure is regarding the fulfilling the equity requirements of viable MSMEs. For this, government will create a fund of funds which will be of the size of 50,000 crore rupees and it will help in funding the equity requirements of the viable MSMEs or the MSMEs which are performing well. One more important announcement which has been made regarding inclusion of more enterprises into the MSME criteria is the change in the definition of MSME. Now the eligible limit has been extended, eligible investment limit has been extended to 1 crore and the differentiation between the manufacturing and service sector oriented units has now been removed. So all the units which have an investment up to 1 crore will now classify as micro units. The next step towards the Aatmanirbhar Abhiyan, which is also a very welcome move, is regarding the government procurement and the government tenders. Now, in the case of government tenders up to 200 crores, they need not be global tenders, which means no global bids will be allowed in government tenders and government procurement which are up to the size of 200 crore rupees. And the last measure is some electronic channels will be created so these MSMEs can communicate with each other easily and all the receivables of MSMEs which are due from the central government will now be released in the next 45 days. Now let us talk about the taxation reforms which have been brought today. The first major reform is regarding the TDS and the TCS rates which will be effective from tomorrow, that is the 14th of May 2020 and will continue till 31st March 2021. It is regarding the slashing of the TDS rates. The TDS rates have been slashed by 25%. So for suppose if the TDS rate was 2% earlier, now the TDS rate will be 1.5%. The second tax reform which has been brought is now the refunds which are due to the charitable institutions and to the non-corporate businesses like partnerships, LLPs, proprietorships, those refunds will now be immediately refunded. The next reform is regarding the change in due dates. So the due dates of income tax return which was due on 31st July and which was due on 31st October, now they have been extended to 30th of November. And regarding the tax audit date, it has been extended from 30th September to 31st of October. Now let us talk about the assessment part. So income tax assessment which were falling which were getting time barred on the 30th of September, the date has been now extended to 31st December 2020. And in advance, one more important announcement has been made. The assessments which were getting time barred on 31st March 2021, now the date has been extended to 30th September 2021. And regarding the new Vivad Se Vishwas scheme which was announced by the government in the recent budget, the deadline has been extended to 31st December 2020 without no additional payment required. Now let us talk about the EPF reforms which have been announced today. As per the earlier economic package, the government had given a relief in that package, which was the businesses which have employees up to 100 and 90% of those employees are drawing salary less than 15,000. So the employers and employees contribution in respect of those businesses and those employees was being paid by the central government for the month of March, April and May. Now government had extended this relaxation for the month of June, July and August as well, and the government will pay the contribution for the next 3 months also. However, those enterprises which are not covered in this condition, so now government has given some relaxation with respect to them also. Now the requirement which was there of deducting 12% on the employees part and 12% on the employers part, it has been reduced to 10% for the next 3 months, which is June, July and August. Now let us talk about the contractors and the real estate sector. So first we'll talk about the contractors. So in case of contracts like for the construction or for the infrastructure projects or the contracts for supply of goods or services, the due dates have been extended by 6 months. So now the contractors can comply with the relevant conditions in the next 6 months. And regarding the real estate sector, the registration or completion dates which were falling due on 25th of March 2020 have been extended by 6 months as well. Now one measure has also been announced for the DISCOMs, which is amounting to 90,000 crore rupees. DISCOMs are our electricity generation and distribution units. So the government will fund their receivables as well, so that they do not face the liquidity crunch. Now let us talk about the NBFCs and microfinance institutions. A sum of rupees 30,000 crores has been set aside for buying the debt papers of these institutions, and these debt papers will be fully guaranteed by the central government. Also, a sum of 45,000 crore rupees has also been set aside for buying the commercial papers and unrated debt papers also, but with respect to the guarantee, only 20% of the loss will be borne by the central government. So guys, that was all about today's update. I hope you all liked today's video. अगर आपको आज का ये वीडियो पसंद आया तो गिव इट अ थम्स अप और कमेंट बॉक्स में मुझे कमेंट करके बताएं आपको आज का ये वीडियो कैसा लगा. Also, I would like to ask your views on the measures which have been announced today. So kindly comment in the comment box and express your views. Don't forget to watch my previous videos on Accounting Standard 29, Ind AS 16 PPE and the economic impact of coronavirus. And follow me on all my social links to stay updated regarding the video content. And at last, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching this video.